Welcome to another episode of the Naval Tech Thinker, and as you can see here, I have 3D printed this in aluminium. And what is this? Well, this is an impeller, since the jet pump, which I'm building, doesn't have a propeller, it has a pump. So this is 3D printed in China. It cost me about 80 bucks, so it looks real neat and it fits really well. So the project right now, what I'm trying to do is to just test everything out. So let's take a look at what I have. I am just trying to connect all these parts together. I have tested quickly the motor by adding a 200 amp ESC, that is 12S, 5 to 12S, and then a tester so we can actually run this. Why doesn't it run? Yeah, there we go. You can kind of hear it. So now I just need to connect this, and then we'll see how it sounds when it runs. Okay, so I loosely connected everything right now. It didn't really fit in there, as you can see, it's popping out, but yeah, that's fixable. I just need to align shit. And of course, I forgot one of these. So there is a small gap, but it kind of still works. And let's go through what I have here. So I have a constant power source connected to the wall. I set it to 36 volts. And I have a 500 kV motor, which means that for each volt it turns around 500 times. And then I had this little setup. So I have 4 in series, so 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. What does that create? Well, 6 volts, so it's 5.8. I measured it. And that goes to this kind of ESC tester. Ooh, you can see it's very sensitive. And this goes into the ESC. And these two are the power source for the ESC. And then from the ESC, these cables. And then I have connected everything. And let's turn it on a little bit. So it actually pumps a lot of let's put it on there. So let's see if we can play with it a little bit. You can kind of see that it's blowing here, and we can see that it's moving around. And what I forgot, well, of course, this one. So that should make it better and stop the sound. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, let's stop that. But I don't know if you can see, the aluminium is inside there. And it runs. So it looks like we have a jet motor. Well, I think that's all for today. I'm going to try to refit everything. I put these fins since last time. I melted them in. So this one goes out the water. The water gets pushed from here. This is not my design. This is the M-Jet pump. And then when it pushes water, the water gets pushed in there, out here. Then I have a water jacket around here. I probably could connect this one in here. It's so small, the ESC. Could kind of work. And what do we have more? Then it should go out that way, all the water, to kind of cool down the ESC and the motor, because this is going to get damn hot. But it's nice to see. It works. Except I forgot one part, of course. That's why it sounded so terrible. What happens basically is that it falls down a little bit and starts going around on the plastic instead. So yeah, these are things that needs to be there for it to be stable. So I took it all apart, and now it's time to put it together for real. So this is one of the constructions things I added to the original design. I also heavily modded the mount for this one to these. And what I'm going to have is this TPU flexi kind of thing to stop any, what's it called? Not oil, but it doesn't fit right now, but it will, I hope. I'm actually going to push grease inside here for this nipple. I'm going to push in here. So just in the center here, it's going to be grease. Then it's going to be this thing I designed that was here, as you can see. And that was why it's so damn hard to push this one, to push the rod through. I don't think you saw that in the video, but Yeah, it's super tight against that one. I mean, through that hole. There's absolutely zero tolerance there. So that should stop the grease coming in. And the the point of that is to make sure that no water comes in. So I'm gonna have to probably epoxy paint this one, because this 3D printed shit won't won't be watertight for sure. Doesn't really need to be. I mean, you could actually put the DC motor like this underwater, just as it is, and it would be okay, but I don't want to have a lot of shit in there. So I would prefer to have this watertight. And you can see I put this, not silicone, but the TPU printed gasket here. Sadly, I used a white silicone. So yeah, I know it looks ugly, but it is what it is. And the thing I was missing, ta-da, was this one. But I also want to add one more thing. So this is also an extra, and there is another TPU here, just to make sure that it doesn't flow anything out. So that's also TPU. Let's put it there. And yeah, with one hand it's kind of tricky, but yeah, you kind of see how it goes. It goes in there. So it was shaking because what happened was that this part started, it didn't have anything to go against, so it was like going around like this, and it was kind of disconnecting from that other part. As you can see, this one has a pretty neat design where you have like that. Let's put it here. You can see in there, and it kind of connects to that part. Not my design. I also want to give credit to MJet, who designed this. So really cool designs he created. So that will be like there. And I have another 3D printed part here to kind of block this one from moving. Anyways, I think that's really everything for this time. Cheers. Hope you like the videos. Like and subscribe if you want to follow along. See you in another video.